welcome to Gemstone Tarot Friday. Hang on. Friday the 17th of July 2026. I really wanted to say 2023 then, and I don't really know why. I'm not going to question it. Okay, so my voice feeling slightly rattly because I did go out and watch the England World Cup semi-final last night. I know, I was in a room with a lot of people, and lorry driver Gemma does come out when the football is on with the whole 9 yards. We're talking here, we're talking a bit of that, the getting up, the ref, the shouting, the rah, when Anthony Gordon scored. And yeah, oh, heartache and devastation. But there you go, so I'm a little bit kind of battered and bruised, disappointed, all of that good stuff. And it's still boiling hot. And it's going to be boiling hot for a long... This doesn't happen in the UK. We've got about 10 days looking ahead on the weather app. So, whew, I suppose I better get used to it in some way. Whew. Okay, we are using... because that's kind of how I feel today. I'm rather tired. The Daydream Tarot Deck. Daydream Tarot Deck. There's a new video out as well. There's a couple of things out. So Gemstars, there's a new one out for you. A little pick a card reading. So check that out. And if you want to join the Gemstars, there's a big fat join button somewhere. Or there isn't, never sure. Or it's in the description box. And also, I did a love reading. Oh, we've got someone in the street. Hang on, someone in the street. Just a minute. Oh, 2 people in the street. Okay, so 3 people. Oh my God. We've got student and parents of student, and the mum has got a bottle of champagne in one hand and a bottle of like white wine in the other. I know, that tells you something about the level of wealth that's going on. Students are quite rich where I live, so yeah, that looks like they're clearing out the house after graduation. Woo! Yeah. Oh God, is it going to be like this? Hang on, let me just check. No, there's loads in the upright. I'm going to do a big girl shuffle just to be sure. Because we keep getting these days where there's loads in the upside down, don't we? I want you out. Oh, great. Like, well, that one's in the upright. Oh, good. That one. Okay. That one. That Magician has come up a lot. So's Temperance, actually. 1, 2, 3. And that one. Okay. Yeah, so there's a new love reading out. That's what I was saying. And it's to do with kind of situationship, but kind of someone living rent-free in your head type vibes. So I should have linked it below, hopefully. So have a looky-see on that one. Overall energy for this reading. The 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups has featured in the last, I'm going to say, 6 to 8 weeks of all the readings I've done. So it's come up in the monthly readings, and I would say at least once or twice a week, hasn't it? It's come up in the daily readings, and it's come up a bit in some of the love readings. It's around. Saturn in Pisces, which it frankly no longer is. I think it's in Aries now, is that right? Whichever way you slice it, an 8 is a movement card, and we know that this is a card of moving away from something you love or loved or whatever, you know, past tense or not. And it's doing so through discipline, probably rather than will. Well, no, probably through discipline rather than instinct. So your instincts so far may have led you towards whatever this thing or person or job or whatever it is. like emotionally, because it's Saturn in Pisces, and a real sort of, but I can feel it in my water, you know, that sort of Piscean vibe. And usually that's all well and good, the Piscean vibe, I have to say that because I am one. But now and again, you know, the heart wants what it wants, but it needs a good old conversation with the head. And that's when Saturn comes in and says, whoa, Missy, I know that you want what you want, and I know that your heart yearns for X or Y or Z, but I'm kind of, you know, I'm calling bullshit, and I'm saying no on that one. Then we have this very, very lovely card of Temperance. Temperance is about weighing things up. It's not necessarily about things being equal 50-50, because I have a theory that things are never 50-50. Why would they be? If things were 50-50, things would be a lot easier in lots of ways, and they're not. There's imbalances everywhere. So, but this is like knowing the imbalances and carrying on anyway with a sort of equitable, you know, peaks and the troughs, treating those imposters both the same, that kind of attitude, where you don't need, let's say you move away from something or someone you love, you don't need a distinct reward for it. You don't need to go, well, that was definitely the right idea because this then happened. You know, it's not that. Saturn does not work particularly on reward. Saturn's not interested in reward. Saturn is a bit more, what do they call that? When I was at university and we did philosophy, we had this thing called deontology that I'm just remembering now, and I think it was Immanuel Kant. And then we studied someone called John Stuart Mill, and that was the opposite. I can't remember, it was called consequentialism or something. And it was kind of the difference between doing something because of the consequence or the result. You know, I will do X because it leads to Y. When you get into the deontology, that is where they're saying you should do something because it's right in itself, not because it leads to a certain consequence. And sometimes the consequence may not be good, but the act needed to be done. I know, it was a very interesting branch of philosophy. It's kind of ethics, to be honest. I did ethics as one of my things that you choose because I loved it. It's infuriating. And one thing I did learn from that was that ethics is very rarely a dilemma between the good thing and the bad thing. It's most often a dilemma between the bad thing and the bad thing. Otherwise there wouldn't be a dilemma. Or occasionally, if you're lucky enough, the good thing and the good thing. So, let's just say you're living with the inequality of something and you're kind of making lemonade anyway, okay? Deep readings these days. Now, this is the One of Pentacles. I'm going to have to assume this is the Ace of Pentacles and it's in the reverse. Because it's got a 1 on it. I mean, normally, you know, I'm sort of thinking page vibes, but I'm going with the One of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. This is about not, and we're in Mercury retrograde anyway, so not making a solid, and you'll probably be itching to make a solid plan right now. I'm a bit itching to make so many solid plans. Don't. Go back and fix the old stuff. Don't move on to the new stuff yet, because the Wheel of Fortune, this gorgeous Wheel of Fortune, is in reverse. The wind is not behind you. It's not the right time. 7 of Wands, Mars in Leo. You will fight, and that fight might not be that you actually fight with someone else. The fight might be that you actually have to fight your own heart to do the 8 of Cups, okay, to do the walking away. You have the Page of Swords, little bits of information coming through, none of them enough to make a decision, but little bits of information. With this card that's been knocking around for ages, and it's the Magician, I'm going to say the Magician is turning up in a more trickster energy here. So this is either a person you can't trust, a job offer you can't trust, or a friend you can't trust, or a situation you can't trust. but that you would very much like to be in. But Saturn is saying you need to walk away from that ship. There you go. That's your daily reading. Them's the cards. Leave me a comment. Do check out the Gem Stars where you can pick up that Love Pick a Card reading. And do check out the love reading or any other stuff that's in the description box. And I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.